Welcome back to the currency then, and the rupee has shut shop slightly on the lower side today. On your screens, very marginal moves coming in there, and 60.13 almost is how the rupee shut shop. The strength in the US dollar, which is trading at around 6-month highs in sense of the dollar index, is something that seems to be weighing on most of those Asian currencies. Let's get on board then. Vikram Murarka, who's Chief Currency Strategist, Kshitij Consultancy, and he joins us live on the show. Vikram, hi, welcome. How have you seen the dollar index, first of all, because that really seems to be taking the lead right now?
Yes, Manisha, hi. The dollar index has been doing well. The euro has come down lower, and the pound has also fallen. The yen has been a little weak. So the dollar index has been doing well, but I must caution that there is a 21-month moving average at 1.3403 on the euro. While it is possible that this breaks in the longer term, there is a chance that we could see a short-term short covering on the euro. So the dollar index could come off a little bit in the near term.
Vijay, what is your sense on the euro? Because you have been slightly bullish there. What's the kind of range that you are working with?
Manisha, I think if the euro was to move from here, I think 1.3725 is what I would expect it as a maximum potential. On the flip side, 1.3275 would be the level to watch out for. So you're basically looking at a constraint move, but the probability of 1.37 seems a little better than 1.32.
Vikram, how have you read the dollar's gain impact on most of those Asian currencies, and do you see that impact coming in for the Indian rupee as well?
I haven't actually looked at the Asian currencies, Manisha, but if I look at the rupee crosses vis-a-vis the euro or the pound, both of these seem to be weakening, and with potential room on the downside, suggesting that dollar rupee might be stable or come down. But I must tell you that we are at a very, very iffy stage in the market, one of those dirty times in the market, you know, when you don't want to be in the market. There are 5 things which are saying rupee positive and 5 things which are saying rupee negative. I would like to tell you about one factor which maybe the market normally doesn't look at, if you would let me tell you about that.
Sure, Vikram, go ahead.
Okay, this is the implied vols, dollar rupee option implied vols. The 1 month and the 3 month implied vols are at very low levels. The 1 month implied is at around 6%. The 3 month implied is at around 7.25%. These are lows last seen in July 2011. Now, it is quite likely that these vols will move up in the coming weeks, and there is a danger that if these vols move up, they could pull dollar rupee strongly higher. Now, this is one of the big factors which could lead to rupee weakness. Another big factor that could lead to rupee weakness possibly is that we've got the Nifty trailing PE at around 20.5, which may possibly, see, I'm not very good at this, but rule of thumb kind of, it might mean that we are discounting achhe din for the next 20 years. And if that be the case, maybe we need, the market needs to come off a little bit, the equity market. So these are 2 things which could lead the rupee weaker. But as I said earlier, looking at the rupee crosses against the euro and the pound, those suggest that the rupee could be either stable or stronger. So 50-50 both sides, but danger, I'd watch 60.5. I'd watch the option vols on dollar rupee very closely.
Fair point. Well, that's about the implied volatility, and the prices actually can see some weakness coming in. But Vijay, another important thing to watch out would be the US FOMC meeting that kickstarts tomorrow. What kind of views would you get from that? And would you say that since the index seems to be strengthening ahead of that, could really mean some pressure coming in from that side also?
Manisha, generally the market is expecting news to the effect that the US economy is gaining traction on the upside, albeit so slowly. I would expect the dollar index, in case it was to appreciate, to go between 81.24 to 81.35. On the flip side, if the news is not as per market expectation, there would be somewhat of a semblance of support at 80.74 levels. I'm betting that the dollar is likely to strengthen against the global basket of currencies here.
Vikram, how would you look at a slightly longer term sense coming in for the rupee? I mean, as you said, 60.5 seems like a near term resistance that the rupee could see. Do you see a further weakening coming in?
See, right now the charts just say that we're in a very narrow range of 59.75 and 60.5 for maybe another week or 2 weeks. But if 60.5 breaks on the upside, there would be stop loss that get triggered, and we could very easily move up to around 60.80, 61, 61.20. Beyond that, maybe the best, I would say, the maximum on the upside, I would say, would be around 62. I don't think it goes beyond that very easily. But 60.5 breaks, I have to be ready for at least a 50, if not 75 paisa move on the upside.
All right, so that's the view coming in for the currency for the near term and slightly longer term as well. But with that, Vikram and Vijay, thank you so much for joining us with your sense on the space. And with that, it's wrap on hot commodities. Stay tuned for Tanya coming up with Rashad next.